It's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. I got a new book and I cannot wait to share it with you. Mosaic Chart and Directory for Knitting and Crochet. It's a combo, so stay tuned. Let's take a look inside. My people over at David and Charles Publishing have done it again. Let me tell you, I've already told you, I don't know how many times, I love their books. And I love their authors. It's not just knitting and crocheting, but they have stuff on embroidery and they have books on just amazing stuff, all different kinds of crafts. I really encourage you to go check them out over at David and Charles Publishing. All their books you can get on Amazon, but you can see all the different books that they publish and things like that. This guy was no exception. So they sent me a copy of this book, said take a look, see what you think, because they know that I knit and crochet. Hello, the channel is called Knit for Brains. And I was like, all right. And I have done some mosaic crochet in the past. I did it with a woman named Tina. She is out of Iceland. You guys probably know about Tina. She's amazing. So I was interested in this and I loved mosaic. It looks so much more complicated than it really is when you dig into it. This is by Anna Nikki Pirowicz. Sorry. She is out of the UK. This book published, or it launched mid-August. So the book's been out just for a couple of months. It's on Amazon. It retails at like $26.99, but it's currently, I just checked, it's on sale for like $24, but $26.99, somewhere in that range. And I'll include the link below that you can take a look at it. So this is all about mosaic charts for knitting and crochet. And I was looking through and I was like, okay, knitting, mosaic, I've only done crochet. Then I realized, wait, we're talking about both. It's a combo book. So if you're like, well, I only knit, or ooh, I only crochet, it doesn't matter. Everything is in here. So what she's done, and I was just blown away by this, what a great concept, is we have all the different stitches and it is written in both knitting and crochet. And it's got the mosaic chart down here. Now, these patterns are written, for what I can gather, I did some looks through. These are written in US terms, okay? Even though the author is out of the UK. But here you can see this is your crochet and this is your knit. So a lot of people say, oh, crochet is, it's not as like refined as knitting. But here, I mean, I can tell the difference because I know what's what, but that looks amazing, right? Plus it has a chart. So it doesn't matter what you want to do, it's all listed in here. And then they have up here in the top where it says skill level. So it's got either your crochet hooks or your knitting needles, and that shows you a 3 out of perhaps a 4 or a 5. I'm not sure. No, probably looks like it's a 3. Looks like it's as high as it goes. So for instance, like this one here shows you this is 2. So that's going to be a little bit easier. And then this one here, Starry Night, is a 1. So it's a 1 to a 3 on the scale of difficulty. But I just love this idea. So if you've never done mosaic is basically, it's a color work technique where you're working 2 different colors at a time, whether you're knitting or whether you are crocheting. And then each color is worked in like 2 rows, and then that's how you start to build your mosaic patterns. But here, they're just stunning. The patterns that you can make out of mosaic are absolutely stunning. It was kind of a Navajo looking blanket. So it had some of the what looks like a drop stitch here. I was so impressed. Now I made that blanket probably 3-4 years ago. I'm a much better crocheter now than I was back then. So I can't wait to actually give this a try and see how my skills have improved. And I love that it's both knit and crochet. It's bilingual. So for those of you that don't know, obviously I speak English. I speak a couple other languages very poorly, especially if you ask the Brit. Spanish, I understand about, I would say 60 to 70%, but I speak maybe like 10%. Same thing with French, and I speak Farsi, Persian, even like a little bit less than that. But, so I wouldn't really say that I'm bilingual, but I am bilingual when it comes to knitting and crocheting. I am dual in that. And I just love that both patterns are right here in the book. Now this is called the Marvel. So this one here is going to be your 3 stitches. Your 3 scale. So this is more advanced. But you can definitely start with the beginner. So if you've never crocheted or knitted, or maybe you are a crocheter and want to learn how to knit, or vice versa, you can absolutely do this. It also talks about Tunisian crochet. Now that is something that I have not yet tried. I've sort of dipped my toe in and then I got a little scared and I pulled back and so I'm hiding all my Tunisian crochet hooks. But you know, the year is rounding out, and at the beginning of the year, I always try to find something new that I haven't done before, and I always say I'm going to focus more on knitting, and I did a lot of knitting this year, and maybe this is my year for Tunisian, I don't know, but this book gives me a lot of hope for that. And again, here's the mosaic knitting. The pictures are beautiful. The book is really, oh wow, look at that. You can do a reindeer. That stopped me right in my tracks, didn't it? That's incredible. The book is really comprehensive. So there are, let's see, there's a mosaic directory. So they have geometric, Aztec, general, nature, seasonal. And then they have basic crochet skills and basic knitting skills. And then they talk to you about joining and blocking and gauge and so forth. So let's look at the mosaic directory on page 26. See what it says. Okay, I like how this works. So these are all of the geometric patterns that you will find. So that's your basic chart. And then it shows you on which page. It gives you the name of the stitch and then what page it's going to be on. So you have the marble, the ripple, the cubes, the sweetheart, the spikes, the lines. And again, it's giving you both knitting and crochet. Then we get into your Aztec stripes or your Aztec patterns, these guys. Fabulous. So there's 15 Aztec patterns. They're all listed right here. And it even has a little tab down the side where it says like Aztec. So then you know that's where those end. And then we move into the general. And then there's all of these guys, which are the general stitches. Oh my gosh, where have you been all my life? And you've only been out a couple weeks. This has your basket weave, your crosses and diamonds, your stairs, your little squares, hearts, diagonal cubes, brick wall, ladder, peaks, section, starry night, square in a square, triangles, candy corn, and chains. Those are all those guys there. Then it gives you the patterns. Wow. Oh, and then here's nature. So this is where you're going to find that really fun little reindeer, I presume. Maybe that's moving on. So we got bees, cactus, falling leaves, flower field, happy little trees. Like the guy Bob, right? Pine forest, forget-me-nots, leaves, ivy, queen bee, topiary, trellis, tulip bloom, and vine. These guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So excited. I have choice anxiety now because I'm going on this trip and I always like to bring a project with me. I don't know what to bring. I've got knitting cards and crochet cards and now this. These make beautiful. Now, okay, so with a mosaic, if you're like, what can I do with that? Because you really want to be able to see the whole pattern, mosaic is probably not the best choice if you're going to be making garment clothing. Unless it's like a really simple stripe, but it's great for scarves or blankets, something where you're going to be able to really see the whole scope of the pattern. You're going to be able to see it all laid out in front of you. So flat work typically, and this is just my opinion. I mean, somebody might come in and go, no, you can do da-da-da. And please, I welcome those comments, but I'm just thinking in terms of like what I do and what would work best. Here we have your seasonal. Easter eggs, chicken, reindeer, snow crystals, snowflakes, baubles, and Christmas trees. Come on. What an absolute. Now, you could do something like a coaster, like a square, right? And make these. That would be a great way. You just want to make sure that you see the whole entire pattern. So and now the thing is these are charts. These are not actual patterns. So what it's going to basically tell you to do is, here's how you do it in multiples of 5. So this is basically the chart. What you decide to do with it, whether you turn it into a blanket or a scarf or even like a coaster, that's up to you. This is basically giving you, here's how you do one grouping or one set of this. So these aren't actual patterns, but they're charts, which I love. So it's giving you all the instruction that you need, all the support with the charts, because some people are visual learners and some people are auditory learners. I happen to be more of a visual, so charts really speak to me. So it's always got the written instructions, but it's also got the chart. And then from there, you just decide what you want to do with it. And then of course at the back, and most books have this, you got your basic crochet skills. So if you have never picked up a crochet hook before, or you've never picked up a knitting hook before, knitting needle before, and you're like, how do I do this? You can do it. You can get this book, you can dive into either one of those skills and or both, and you can start creating really amazing things. What a fun book. This is Mosaic Chart Directory for Knitting and Crocheting. Just the charts. And this is written again by Anna Nikki Pirowis. Now again, she's out of the UK, or she's out of Europe. I'm pretty sure it's the UK. 75 geometric designs. And this is published by David and Charles Books. Fabulous, fabulous. It's a nice sturdy book. It's got some nice weight to it. So maybe you want to bring it with you, but I think a great application for this, just to try them out, would be like, coasters or something you give to somebody for Christmas, maybe a scarf, but something small and manageable is probably what I would start with. And then decide which style you like, and then you can make something bigger. This one I've done before. These are very simple and easy. Actually gives it 2. But this is just like what I would call like a lattice, but it's called the arrow. And I did this before, and it just has this beautiful, beautiful finished result. And I was so impressed with what I was doing. I was like, look what I did. And once you start building on the pattern, then you start seeing like what should come next. You can anticipate it. And now I believe, yeah, so here they're also showing, so with the crochet, you might be doing some of the front post double crochets. And that's what it's showing here, right in this one here. Oh my heavens. Fabulous. Okay, so this again is the Mosaic Chart Directory for Knitting and Crochet. I'm going to include the Amazon link, but you can get this probably in a local yarn store. Check it out online. Amazon might be the easiest for you because they ship everywhere. Again, this just came out in August 13th. So it is out right now. And it ranges, like right now it's on Amazon for $24, $23, $24, $13. So this is, maybe it's going to go up a little bit, but the actual retail price is £26.99. If you're living in the UK, it comes in at £19.99. I love this. I love that it's combo. Going to be one of my new favorite books in my collection. All right. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. This is my review, my honest review. This book was given to me. It was given to me by the publisher. But they just said, here, check it out, see what you think. This is my honest review. I love this book. Very, very well put together. Very easy instructions, and very doable. So please like this video, share it with a friend, share it with, someone who you're really close to, maybe someone who maybe you're not so close to. I don't know. We'll see. And thanks for liking and subscribing for this channel. But make sure you subscribe because we got more content, all kinds of real fun stuff coming up. Thanks so much for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. And as always, I'll see you soon.